As a kid, you were probably told to not eat as much sugar. As you're growing up, you probably had this from your parents, your dentist, probably anyone that actually cared about your health. And as we start getting older, I think we get a lot more wiser and we kind of decide to take care of our bodies because we realize we only have one of it and it's meant to carry us our whole life. So we need to preserve it, we need to take care of it. So we voluntarily give ourselves these restrictions on fatty foods, sugary things, and we kind of start increasing the amount of healthier foods in our diet. For me, I was consuming a lot more sugar. Not as much when I was growing up, but I was consuming more sugar uh, in the past couple of years. My consumption of sugar has increased had increased dramatically from like say 2016 to maybe 2016 to maybe 2018, somewhere in between then. Even 2019 as well, my sugar levels, my amount of sugar consumption had increased. So one day earlier this year, sometime I think about March, I decided to just quit sugar. So I was consuming a lot of sugar, and on one day, it was on a Sunday actually. I actually remember after having so much sugar, I felt extremely lethargic. I felt extremely sick, and I said, you know what? I don't feel like this is going to do me any good in the longer run. Let me take a break from sugar. So I did, and this is the point of this video. I basically did not consume sugar for 7 days straight, and I'm going to tell you how I felt after each and every day. So here's what happened. The first day, so essentially, as far as my recollection takes me, I remember coming home and having some coffee, and essentially, I just could not taste anything pleasant at all. It just tasted extremely bitter, and I didn't enjoy it. I just kind of I felt weird drinking coffee. It normally I drink a lot. I'm normally I drink a lot of coffee. I'm like a coffee addict who doesn't actually call himself a coffee addict. And really speaking, this time I had coffee, I just did not enjoy that cup, and I just think I only had one cup that entire day because I just did not like it in the slightest. Um, Also, I should mention that throughout this week, I didn't count sugars as in things that have sugar already in it. So, for example, like certain fruits, vegetables, and stuff like that, because obviously there's natural sugars. So mine was only added sugars that I'd physically have to add myself manually, of course, or sugary, extremely sugary things such as chocolate, uh, desserts, anything like that. That was off the table. The only things I could have are the things that already contain sugar. And just I remember just not enjoying that cup of coffee, and I don't remember anything beyond that day. The second day. Now, as far as my memory takes me, I still think I didn't enjoy that coffee, but I kind of got used to it a little bit more. I liked it slightly more. I didn't enjoy it, but it was more tolerable than it was the day before, and I think I still only had maybe like one cup throughout that whole day. Um, in terms of normal food, I was just eating normal food as well. Everything was fine. Just didn't have any chocolate. Didn't have any cookies. None of those things really, and just really boring coffee. Day three. So this was a bit of a weirder point. So I think I got more used to the taste of coffee that was more bitter. So I was getting to a point where I'm kind of indifferent to it almost. And I think I was getting more used to it. I wasn't enjoying it, but I was okay with drinking it. Just if I was feeling tired and I needed to have coffee, I would have it. But besides that, I don't think I actually consumed anything more. I didn't really have any sugars and anything else that was added on. Day five. No. Day four. Yeah, I don't think I actually added any sugary things or had anything with sugar at all, including coffee. I just think all I did was really just eat normal food that was fine, and I didn't really have any issues that much. I wasn't like entirely addicted to coffee, even though I called myself a coffee addict earlier in this video. I kind of felt okay. I felt normal. Um, I should say I can go without coffee. It's not like I'm hooked on it or anything, or I'm not like completely addicted. I just drink a lot because I enjoy drinking coffee. But I mean, yeah, I can cut off coffee before, and I have done that before for like a week. It's just not as enjoyable. Day 5. So today, on this day, I effectively had more coffee, and I was getting used to it. It was still was not pleasant. I pretty much just I had a normal time. I didn't really have anything major, and I felt a lot cleaner. I will say that. Um, I remember feeling a lot more energized, I guess you could say. I had a lot more energy throughout the day. I didn't feel as sleepy. I didn't feel as lethargic. I felt pretty active, and I felt like I had a lot more energy without the sugar. Day 6. This day was it was interesting as well because I woke up a little bit earlier than I normally do, and I had enough energy. I didn't need to go back to sleep. I didn't need to take a nap. I just had enough energy, and I didn't have any sugar in me at all. Um, I drank a lot of water. Of course, I drank a lot of water throughout that day. Had my normal food stuff. I think I had about 2 or 3 cups of coffee at that time actually on that day. Um, and they were okay. They weren't bad. I think at this point I kind of got used to just not having sugar, and I wasn't enjoying it as much. It was okay. I think so. Like I used like a coffee machine, and I use like just normal instant coffee. I have like a mix between both. So like I think I had like 1 cup of like instant coffee, or and like 2 cups of like from the machine. And the machine ones are okay. They were pretty nice. They were okay. They were standard, bitter of course, but the instant one just tasted terrible. I just did not enjoy that at all. It was it was not enjoyable. It was tolerable. I just drank it, but I didn't enjoy it at all. The coffee machine ones though, I did. Day 7, the final day. This was really weird, kind of, because at this point I kind of just didn't want to go back to eating sugar. At this point I felt a lot more energized. I had a lot more energy, significantly more. I did not feel sick at all, but like I normally would feel when I overdose on sugar, and I just genuinely felt a lot better about myself, I guess you could say, just because I had more energy. Because of that more energy, I could do more things, and because I could do more things, I'd be happier. Um, Whereas when I had a lot of sugar and it took my energy, it gave me that sudden boost of energy, but then ended up derailing me harder in the longer run. I kind of would not get as much done, and I'd feel pretty bad about that. So I kind of think that this experiment did help, and I think even the day after, I kind of took it to 8 days, maybe even 9, but that was about it. I probably had like a cookie, or I just added some sugar to my coffee. But besides that, as far as that goes, it felt really good. So to conclude, I started off the week pretty terribly. I didn't enjoy caffeine, and one thing I've noticed is, really speaking, the only times I'd ever add sugar into anything is just when I have coffee, or if I'm consuming pastries or chocolate, or anything that's basically just mainly sugar. That's the only times I'd really be consuming it. I wouldn't obviously just add it to normal food as you do. Um, but when I started off a week, I kind of felt weird. I didn't enjoy my coffee as much. By the end of a week, I got used to the taste of my coffee, but I didn't actually enjoy it as much, but I did have a lot more energy. But obviously, speak to a doctor before you do this and try it out for yourself. I think that it is a really good thing to do, especially if you do consume a lot of sugar. Maybe if you can't cut down entirely, try to reduce the amount you have. So maybe if you have, say, 2 cups of, say, not 2 teaspoons of sugar. Imagine you have 2 cups of sugar in 1 cup of coffee. Jeez, that's gonna be painful. But if you, let's say you have like 2 teaspoons of sugar in your coffee, add 1 next time and just see how it tastes. I got used to the taste of it. I didn't enjoy it that much, the instant one at least, but I got used to it and I could tolerate it. So yeah, that's really the sugar experiment. It was only a week, but it was cool. It was good, and I'm glad I did it because I understand how much sugar affected my ability to get things done, really speaking. That was a knock-on effect, my productivity level. Because really, I mean, if I didn't consume sugar, I wouldn't have that sudden hit of energy and then just get it dropped extremely like low. Whereas when I did, I did have that peak, and because of that peak, it had the knock-on effect of me not doing as much as I could have done, which the knock-on effect from that was I didn't feel as good. And one thing I will say that I forgot to mention is my sleeping pattern got a little bit better because of the sugar, because I didn't have to sleep. Because I didn't have to nap or fall asleep earlier or later. I had like a more narrowed time frame of when I'd go to sleep and wake up, and it was a lot easier to do without sugar being there. Now, am I saying you should completely cut sugar out your diet forever? Absolutely not. I think we need sugar just a little bit, but I don't think having an inordinate amount is going to do you any good. But having a little bit, sure, it makes things a little bit nicer, like nicer tasting. It's okay to have a cookie once in a while. It's okay to have a little bit of sugar in your coffee. It's fine. Just don't overdo it like I did. But yeah, that's it for today's video. If you did enjoy this video, drop a like. And if you are new around here, subscribe, and I will see you guys in another video. Peace.